Actress Suzanne Somers has come a long way since we first saw her on the hit 70s sitcom Three's Company. These days, she's a successful performer, entrepreneur, and best-selling author. Her new book is called Knockout: Interviews with Doctors Who Are Curing Cancer and How to Prevent Getting It in the First Place. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
You too.
You look good, kid.
I'm hanging in there. It's the hormones, you know.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it
it's
is.
all about. Well, we've talked many times in the past about diet and exercise and ways you can live your life that will help you stay healthy. And some of that is in this book, and then you take it even a further step.
Well, I was diagnosed with full body cancer in November.
I don't know what that is.
Right. What is full body?
Yeah.
Me neither, because
Yeah.
it was a misdiagnosis. For 6 days, 6 doctors confirmed that I had inoperable cancer. And so when I was sitting in that, I went into that valley of fear. I saw my death. It was horrible. And I said to my husband at one point, you know, if I can get out of here, I've been keeping a file on these doctors who are curing cancer.
Right.
So when it turned out to be a misdiagnosis, I started calling these doctors and interviewing their patients and interviewing the doctors. And I keep getting attacked for this book, and I think, I'm out there saying, do you know that there's another way, that there are doctors who are having success, who are not loading people up on chemotherapy, which one doctor attacked me, and I said, it's not like your record has been so great. There's only been a 5% drop in the death rate in 55 years. I mean, what other technology would you access that had such dismal results?
Here's part of the problem, because I think sometimes some of the doctors that you profile in your book and some of the methods you talk about have been successful for some people, right?
For some people, absolutely. Nobody has 100% guarantee. Nobody.
And the other part of it is then, if somebody is sitting there with a diagnosis of cancer and they're trying to choose between, say, carrot juice and chemotherapy, you don't want them to make the wrong decision.
No, but let's really look at the realities. There are 3 kinds of cancer that respond to chemotherapy. Testicular, like Lance Armstrong, great success. Childhood leukemia, they're having great success. Adult leukemia with Gleevec and lymphomas and non-Hodgkin's. After that,
I'm not a doctor, so I can't really.
Okay,
I'm not in a position to debate
so I'm just
you
telling you this is what I found in my research.
Right.
After that, the results are pretty dismal, and we've all watched this constant degradation of patients.
Right.
I'm just saying, it doesn't matter to me what you choose, but why don't you read this book, because I'm talking to doctors who are succeeding. Nobody's succeeding 100%. But I called Dr. Gonzalez here in New York the other day. I said, can you get me 10 names of stage 4 pancreatic cancer patients who have been under your protocol for over 10 years, and within a half hour, he calls me back with 10 names of these patients and their phone numbers. I called them. These are people who are doing it nutritionally. Dr. Brzezinski in Houston. He found that in our livers, where people who have cancer, like myself who had cancer, we're missing a certain peptide in our liver that controls cell multiplication. He's replicated this. He's putting it back in people they're living.
Here would be my question to you.
I'm just so passionate about this.
No, I understand that, but do you think that the medical community is so vested in what it does itself, it is disregarding some of this other stuff? Is that your contention?
Yes. Now, sometimes chemotherapy works. In those 3 instances, other people live through it. But I'm saying, if you went to school all these years to learn how to administer these drugs, and then somebody comes out and says, you know what, I got a better way than those drugs, what is this person going to do? So they're fighting it tooth and nail, and I think that's why I'm getting attacked.
I don't hear that, though. I don't hear that, though. You hear about, especially Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which we're in right now. You hear about so much more, about a more holistic approach. 200,000
women die every year. Where's the success? Pancreatic cancer patients on chemotherapy.
Most of that is from late diagnosis, though.
Early diagnosis has been a good thing.
Yeah.
Early diagnosis probably saved my life. I didn't take chemotherapy. I'm alive 10 years now. Early diagnosis, stopping smoking has had an effect, but
and that's the drum everybody keeps continually beating. Is if you don't want heart disease or cancer or any of these other things, you need to take care of yourself.
Don't smoke. But where is the big success with the present protocol? And when I'm presented with this, I go, tell me if I have stage 4.
Listen, you have a right to your soapbox. I am not challenging your right to your soapbox.
I know, by the way, I have a chapter in here from the Scientific Advisory Board of Life Extension that if you're taking chemotherapy, that there are things you can take that can make the chemotherapy more effective,
less toxic,
and less toxic and less harsh on the body.
Right.
Because when they're going in with surgery, I could talk forever.
I've noticed that. I only have about a minute or so left. You knew Farrah Fawcett.
I did.
What was your feeling about how she was being treated?
Well, Farrah called me last summer and she said, I've had 3 grueling rounds of chemo, 3 grueling rounds of radiation. Now the cancer's back with a vengeance. Do you know anything about German medicine? I said, yes. When she went to Germany, here's something everybody needs to know. They gave her a chemo sensitivity test and found that the chemo she had been ineffective. Do we know that chemo sensitivity tests are available? You have to ask for it, and why isn't everybody getting it? So that's in this book too, what to ask for.
Suzanne.
I know.
I gotta go.
I know, you gotta give me 2 spots next time. We have so much to talk about.
It's a deal. You can read an excerpt from Knockout on our website.